Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Saturday, January 7th, 2017. This is the Super Organizer Show with James Lott Jr., and I am James Lott Jr., Super Organizer. Hi, you guys. It is 2017. Happy New Year. This is live from Sacramento, another remote show. After live from Pittsburgh. I've been on the road for the last month and a half, so I decided, since I can't be in the studio, to use some live episodes where I'm from to keep it going, of course, because I don't want you guys to not have some organizing tips. Like, come on, of course. Again, I'm James Lott Jr. I'm so happy to be here. I think it's already a new year. It's some new stuff going on. We have some things coming up I'm going to talk about. And this episode is called Starting the Organized Life. Yes, we're going to start. It's a new year. It's a new beginning. Some people need markers and milestones and times of the year to actually get the motivation to get started. And I don't mind either. I like it. I feel like a rebirth, renewal. I'm in the middle of a transitional period myself, so I think this is great. And I'm so excited. And I'm going to give you some actual tips and things to do. It's all about starting small and creating a habit. Any movement is good movement. Any movement is movement. So I'm completely all about that. And some people need to start small. And to me, it still leads to large rewards. So any step is a step, and I am going to talk you through this. But as I begin, of course, I want to give a shout out to my engineer, Brian, who, of course, is the best, and I live in gratitude of him every day. And we've been talking. Since I'm not in the studio, he can't engineer this show with me. So we'll be back in the studio, and I'll talk about that in a second, of course. But I want to give a shout out to him and Adrenaline Radio, who houses the show. But while I'm on the road, it's JLJ Media, my company, that we're putting this together for you. But he is the best engineer, and he makes things easier for me. And just all myself when I'm on the road. But when he is there, it just makes things so much easier. And of course, he gives comments, and we have a great working relationship. So shout out to Brian. Shout out to AdrenalineRadio.com. Shout out to the city of Whittier, where Adrenaline Radio is. Shout out to my Uber driver that drives me there and everything. All my Darth Vaders that I have sitting next to me when I'm talking, my little Darth Vader dolls. And that's a whole different story, but yes, I have them there with me. It's just a great environment. I love being in the radio. And that leads to, it's my 3rd year anniversary as a blogger. I cannot believe 3 years, over 910 posts, and I am a blogger. I mean, I can say that. I've been doing it, and it passed on the 6th of this month, with yesterday, and I can't believe it. I started out, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do. It's morphed into many different things, while keeping the original premise of sharing knowledge, lifting people up, and being supportive. It's not just on organizing; it's on life coaching. It's on health. I've even had some fun stuff on there. Like I host the Big Brother after show on AfterBuzz TV. And that's how I had some posts on Big Brother, music that I like to organize to. I haven't done one of those in a long time. I got to do one. I gotta write one, because there is some music that I'm liking right now. That I like to do. So I gotta make sure I do that. Also just all kinds of. That's about the radio show. Here, and give you updates on that. This blog has brought me, and I live in gratitude, of course. This blog has brought me such joy, and also things that, like the radio show. So, I mean, it really has brought me much love, and I have some other projects coming up, which you follow me on social media, you'll know more about. But the superorganizeruniverse.com has been just so kind and wonderful to me. I love the comments. Thank you, people who read this. Other organizers read it too. I read their stuff also, and I share it. I'm so glad that we're all around the world wanting a better life, and there's not one way to do anything. And so we share stuff, and I like to share different things that I learn. Mainly personal experience, mainly through my clients. I learn from my clients all the time. I think that sometimes you can find new ways to do old things. And I think it's a great thing out there because it's ever changing and ever moving, and everybody has opinions, and there's no one size fits all, and people learn differently. So it's a great thing. So the blog Super Organizing Universe has been great to me. Like I said, led to the radio show, led to a podcast I'm working on, led to a book that I'm working on, several books that I'm working on. And you can follow me at the SOS underscore show, the Super Organizer, the Super O, both on Twitter. And then on Facebook, we have a Super Organizer page and this page too for a SOS show. So they're both on. So you can follow all that and you'll get more information as things come out. But that leads into the radio show. So I live in gratitude. In less than a month, it will be my 2-year anniversary doing this show, the SOS show with James Lott Jr. Adrenaline Radio, being associated with them. I can't believe it. The fact that I have a radio show still 2 years in, it feels strange, in a great way, of course. But Adrenaline Radio, Brian, and all of them there have been so great, and it's going to be 2 years, and so I will be back in the studio for that. So Brian and I, and possibly some guests, I have a lot of guests who want to come on the show. So I got to pick which one I want to have for actually that 2-year anniversary. We're going to celebrate. And so we'll be in the studio and we'll be talking about stuff and giving tips, of course, but celebrating the 2 years that I've been doing this show. I'm so happy. We're on iHeartRadio.com, we're on Spreaker.com, Stitcher.com, we're on iTunes. This is great. I'm so happy the show is out there for people to re-listen to over and over again. And we have a few episodes on YouTube. You have to remember the show in the beginning, or you guys don't know this. In the beginning, it was the Super Organizer Universe show. And then a year later, he branded it the SOS show. And so I'm just very excited to see both incarnations I'm proud of. All the guests, I live in gratitude. Every single guest who's been on, thank you so much. All the organizers, the professional organizers, think tank, everybody who's just in Napa, everybody who's just been so wonderful as I've been on this journey. So the big things coming up for that. I have a podcast coming out of the blog also for a lot of help, my life coaching arm of my business. I just finished recording the 15-part series. So it's recorded. So now I got to edit, put it together, and make it into something. And so stay tuned for that. And I'm also putting together a companion booklet, kind of booklet worksheet, workbook. So it's not some exciting stuff with that coming up too. So that's going to be coming up within hopefully the next month or so. It's all about time management, folks. See, I got a new life. I'm in transitional time right now. The beginning of the year is great. I'm learning how to time manage and work my time and make sure it all works, because they go hand in hand, and you're creating a habit for your best life. That's all I got. So I live in gratitude. Thanks for all that. Everybody who listens to this show and all stuff, just stay tuned. We have some great stuff working for you. I personally have bought some equipment, and I'm switching around some hours and days. I mean, I really am working towards a great managed time system for myself. Because it's ever changing. Organizing is a constant. You're always learning and changing and growing, along with you changing and growing. It's just not static. Everything's just constantly, it's constant work. And that's something that I go through also, just like you guys. And I'm putting systems in place and revamping and re-looking at and reassessing things. That's not a bad thing. So I think everybody should do that sometimes, because you're still trying to create the best way to do stuff. I kind of look at it that way. So let's kind of go into the starting the organized life. I'm going to ask you to do a couple of things, and one of them is something that I feel strongly about. Let me take a little sip of something. I'm like, have some raspberry lemonade. Oh, why am I Sacramento? Oh, the answer to that for a second. I was in Pittsburgh the one time, so now this is live from Sacramento. I'm going to do a bunch of these live remotes every once in a while. These shows, I travel a lot. I'm in Sacramento to see my family. It's my daughter Monica's birthday. She was on the show last year. It's her birthday. And also I'm celebrating Christmas, a belated Christmas, with my kids and grandkids, because I was not here. I was on the road. I was in Canada, and I was in Montreal. I was in New York, Pittsburgh, Chicago. I was all over the place. So we're doing like a belated Christmas thing here. So family's important. That's really big too. All right, so these are a couple of things that I do that when I say them both, they may sound random at first, and I put them together, but I will bring it together at the end, so you'll see how they kind of connect. But the first one is something that I just think I do every morning. Make your bed. That's right, kids. I said make your bed. You make your bed. Take everything that's not supposed to be on your bed off, and put it where it belongs. shoes, dirty clothes, clean clothes, papers, books, magazines, whatever. Put them where they're supposed to go. So that's an organizing thing already. You're organizing, you're putting stuff where it's supposed to go. Trash in the trash can, recycling, all that. But then you're making your bed. For me, it reminds me of my grandmother used to always say about vacuuming the house or dusting sometimes will make the house seem cleaner or clearer, just better. It gives it a better feel. It's even if you don't organize everything in the house and things are not, they're straightened up. At least vacuuming, it's just like the floor at least is clean. And I feel like that about the way the bed. I have a queen size bed, so it depends on the size bed you have. But to me, to relate it to organizing, you have this space that's uncluttered and it's visible, and it really changes it changes the dynamic of your room. It feels good in other ways too, just to come home, your bed's made, you just get into bed and just kind of after a good long day, get in. But to me, it's just it changes the dynamic of every room to have a made bed that's uncluttered. Beds are easy to clutter. It's just like so easy. And like I live alone. So there's like one side of my bed. Every once in a while, I will have like the laptop, papers, things like that. And I have to remind myself, take it off. Making the bed, take it off. So even if you work late at night and you're doing some work from bed, okay, that's fine. But the next morning, you're gonna make that bed. All that stuff comes off. I make the bed usually right after I get out of bed. Okay. Actually, I go pee first. I always have to pee, and then I go back and actually make the bed before I do anything else. Before I take a shower, before I brush my teeth, I make that bed. It takes 30 seconds to a minute, get it all done. Boom, and I already feel good already. I do, trust me. Try it. I feel good already. I'm not doing it already. Then I go into the rest of my day. So make your bed. Number two, this is kind of mainly for guys and possibly kids, because not a lot of women have purses. But for us guys, get a bowl or a dish. I have a bowl. I have a nice decorative bowl, actually, that I got, I think, from Africa or somewhere. And I didn't go to Africa, but like somebody got it for me and gave it to me. And I have it by a door. And it houses things that are in my pocket that are very important. Keys, wallet, sometimes business cards, gum, candy, cough drops, like whatever goes in my pocket, coin purse, whatever goes in your pocket in the morning when you leave the house, it's in that bowl. And so when I come home, you gotta make sure you gotta create a spot for it. It could be a tray, it could be a dish. It doesn't be anything that big either. Just something that stands out, you can see it, and where you go to it, it's easily accessible. You will go to it every day when you're looking for your stuff. And that's number one for me. It's just go to that spot. For me, it's by my bathroom entrance, off to the side. So I have my clothes already hung up that I wear for the next day, above my bed, and then right nearby is the dish. All my keys are in there. I have several houses. All my keys are in there. Things are there. So I just know it's always there, and I've created a habit, which is another thing you want to do in terms of starting this organized life. Is you want to create habits. And to me, that's something you should do. Some people hang their keys up by the door, and that's fine. But if you don't do all that, get a bowl or a dish or a basket or a tray or something that they can't easily fall out. Some trays, depends on if they don't have sides to them, it's not good. But you just want something you can throw it in, and it will stay in there, and then we'll get into it. So get a bowl or dish. Why bowl or dish? And then also make your bed. I know people are like, what's that? Like those two together. There are two things: your bed and all your belongings in your pocket are things you do every day. You lay in your bed every day, right? So make it. You need your keys and your wallet when you leave the house, unless you're a hermit. So you need to have those two things. They're kind of connected because you're creating a habit. We're creating habits with two things that we do every single day. So it should get a little easier because they're things they're not things you do once a week. They're not things you do once every 3 months. These are things you do every day. So the habit should start to form once you do it. That's why I'm suggesting that, because those two things, because it's like we want to get that going. And you want to remember, because you don't want to start something and then you're like, oh, I only do it once a month. I don't do it until February 1st. Then you forget about it, you lose motivation. These are some things you start every day. So I want you guys to really do that. Also, I want you to say a phrase. There's a phrase I want you to say in this starting to organize life that I say to myself. You can write it down, have it on your phone, print out this because this phrase is on my blog, superorganizeduniverse.com. You can actually go there and listen to it. Read it, and you can print it out. But I want you to say this because I believe in language, and it motivates me. But I also believe in staying realistic too. And to me, it doesn't matter where you say it, how you say it, when you say it. I say it in the morning. I've said it sometimes late at night before I go to bed for the next day. There have been times I said in the middle of a crisis. I've said it in the middle of the day. But I try to be. I'm a very proactive person, which that's what an organizer is. I don't want to be reactive. I want to be proactive. So for me, I say this in the morning, and I usually stay. I'm in the middle of the room, and I'm just kind of like, I stop, and then I really say this. And here it is. I'm gonna say it several times for you guys. Repeat this phrase. I am going to handle whatever comes my way today to the best of my ability because I want the best outcome. I am going to handle whatever comes my way today to the best of my ability because I want the best outcome. Because basically, that's always my goal. Anything I do, I want the best outcome. So for you and for me, that means I'm relating it to time management and organization. I am going to make those meetings on time. I'm going to keep those meetings timely. I'm going to make sure I'm prepared for that presentation. I'm going to make sure I get to work on time. I'm going to prepare my lunch today so that I'm ready just in case I have to eat lunch at the office. Just it could relate to anything. I make sure that I'm going to get gas in the morning. So that because I have to travel a lot today, so I'll do it tonight, or I'm going to do it tonight, so I don't have to worry about doing it the next morning. It's, again, creating that habit, and this habit is you want your best outcomes. You want to be able to create your best outcome every day. Depends on how you handle stuff. Everything, how you handle things really depends on the outcome. Your attitude is where it starts, and I think people need to remember that. It's where you begin the mindset of organization. And I say that phrase over and over again to yourself. Write it down, say it, and I really think you're going to really believe it. We're going to take a little quick commercial break, of course, here at the SOS Show with James Lott Jr. When we come back, we're going to talk about some more ways to start small in terms of starting the organized life. This is James Lott Jr., the SOS Show. Hi, I'm James Lott Jr. Do you feel like you're working harder, not smarter? Have you ever wondered how others get things done? Are you ready to invite change in your life? I've heard the SOS, and I'm here to help. Join me, James Lott Jr., the host of the Super Organizer Show, every Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, as my guest and I offer suggestions on how to run your life more efficiently. That's every Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, the Super Organizer Show, here on AdrenalineRadio.com. Follow me on Twitter at the SOS_show. We are back. It is the SOS Show with James Lott Jr. I am James Lott Jr., the Super Organizer, and we're talking starting to organize life live from Sacramento. That's right, kids. We're live from Sacramento, the state capital of California. I almost said state capital of Los Angeles. Los Angeles is our own city, of course. It's a cold, blustery, windy, rainy day here, which I like that, actually. It's winter, right? So we're ready. We're talking about starting an organized life, and we're going to continue that discussion. Like I said, for many people, it's a new year, a new month, so they are feeling like it's time to restart. We are going to have the best life ever this year. That's right. I'm saying it for all of us. I'm going to believe it for all of us. We're going to do it. We're going to continue to edit our spaces. We're going to do that. And so here's a couple of things I want you guys to do also. As you're beginning this thing, because you do know the two things I asked. One, you're going to go to your underwear drawers. That's right, kids. Your underwear. It could be panties, underwear, whatever. You're going to go through them. These are socks too. Underwear and socks. You're going to throw out all socks and underwear that are ripped, wholly stained, too small, too big, stretched out, shrunk. You're getting rid of them. Bye-bye. Throw them out. You can't really give them away to anybody, so throw them out. Now, you can assess your space because you might be able to consolidate all into one drawer. That's the good thing there, and make you creating more space. Two, also You could make the drawers, just make them neater and more organized because you have less in there. Also, you might be able to downsize. Like I said, we consign to one drawer, but you might even put it into like rearrange, put to a smaller space, creating more room. Also, you know what you have. You physically can see what you have. That's the whole point. Is I want you to touch your stuff so you can see what's going on. Because there's times when I forget that I have this or forget that I have that myself, and I'm really good about looking at my wardrobe and rotating. But sometimes we don't think we have something and we're tired to look, and it's because it's too messy. You buy more. Again, it hurts your wallet when you start spending money that you don't need to when you actually have that red, G string, there already. I mean, there's just things that if you're looking for something specific, you may already have it already, just gonna know where it is. Now you know where it is. That's kind of the point. I'm not saying G string. It could be thong, could be, I don't know, boxer brief. I know it's something like just being kind of funny, but it's just whatever it is. Or the socks that you look at, those bacon socks with bacon on them. That's the whole, pictures of bacon. That's the whole thing. You want to be now you can actually see it instead of trying to find it again and buy it again. Go to your fridge, grab a trash can, throw out all the expired stuff. Get rid of the stuff that's like there's a sip of this in there, a sip of that. If there's like-minded stuff you can marry, they're both still good, you can marry them, do that. And when I say marry, meaning you have two ketchups, you can go and actually take the ketchups and put them into one ketchup bottle. They're the same. You're creating space. Fridges are some of the most cluttered spaces in the planet. Freezers too. Go through that freezer. What's expired? What has frost? What's frostbitten? Get rid of it. Throw it out. If it's not good anymore, do not keep it in there. You want to put stuff in there that actually will help you to eat. You can eat and be safe and sane. So I say, go to that fridge. That's something, just throw it out. But that's something there. Also, I say, grab a tote bag or a basket or a box or a bin or paper bags, whatever. Go to one space. Just pick one. Be big, small, no matter size. Put everything in it that does not belong in that space. Even if it's just two things, even if it's one thing. Because again, we're creating habits because we're starting the organized life. If it's a pencil, and because if you have a section where all pencils and pens are somewhere else, and that one pencil's there, you're really using it, grab a pencil, put it with the others. That's the point. You want to learn how to put things where they're supposed to be. Because we're going to set things up where they're supposed to be, of course. That's part of the organizing process. But you can also just make sure everything goes where it's supposed to go. But you're going to go through, it's basically you'll sweep the area, sweep a room, a space. And it could be a space, it could be a shelf. If you want to start really small, just grab a shelf. A piece of a couch. I mean, you can do it. I'm telling you, I'll give you permission to do whatever you want. It won't seem silly or weird or wrong or not enough because we're not doing that to ourselves. We're not putting shame or pressure on ourselves. Because we have time to do this. It's not a race. We're gonna get decluttered and edited and everything great, but you will get there. So that's you want to get that's the start. So you're gonna put stuff where it's supposed to be, and then as you keep going, gradually go to other spaces. And do that, and you'll start really seeing how great it is. I'm going to do a little break of some quotes that I like, that I think that help motivate me, keep me going. That kind of, to me, are realistic actually for the new year. As we're starting this organized life, maybe some of these things will resonate with you. One is the secret of success in life is for a man or woman to be ready for the opportunities when it comes. That's Benjamin Disraeli. That's something that you have to, because being organized and having good time management skills really can afford you to experience more and experience things you may not even know may not have experienced, and bring things to your life that you could even imagine. Another quote: I hope that in this year to come you make mistakes. Because if you're making mistakes, then you're making new things, trying new things, learning, living, pushing yourself, changing your world. That's by Neil Gaiman, I believe, or Gaiman. It's funny when I say make mistakes. I always talk about my practice and with you guys on the show that nobody's perfect. There's such thing as perfection. Let that go. So when you're starting the organized life, get the word perfection. I mean, the word perfection seems to be a synonymous with organized. So I'm telling you, get rid of that. get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. We're not having that word. That word is just kind of, we're letting it go. You want things to look nice, but you want things to be functional. But you can make mistakes. Sometimes great ideas are born out of a mistake or out of something that's not going as well as you hope, because now you discover something else. It's all trial and error. You do not know everything. I do not know everything. I learn every day, and I'm so glad the education has not stopped. So I make mistakes. Make the mistake. It's fine. Don't beat yourself up. Give yourself permission. You'll be okay. January. Let go of yesterday. Let today be a new beginning and be the best that you can. And you'll get to where God wants you to be. Joel Osteen. I like that one a lot. Let's go one. I just want to get, a new year, a new start, and a way to go. Wishing you a successful and glorious Happy New Year. Yeah, just kind of get you guys like, let's do it. This is kind of, you can do it. You can do it. It's gonna be really good. So another tip I want to say is, as we're starting our organized life, that I find kind of useful. That kind of works for me. Like I said again, it's something I do. It's all about self-care. To me, organization equals self-care. Self-care is not selfish. You cannot serve from an empty vessel. That was Eleanor Brown. I love that. Self-care is my number one thing this year. That's my word of the year is self-care. And self-care, I found, it should be synonymous with organization and time management, because you're taking care of yourself first, and that will lend itself to all the great things that are going to happen for you, and all the great things that you're going to accomplish because you're taking care of yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, you can. I rejoined the gym, so I'm going to go back to Planet Fitness and get back in shape, because, obviously if I'm not in shape and not healthy, I can't really organize or have great time management skills. My brain won't function, on and on and on, right? I want a clear brain, I want clarity. I found that when I was working out, I had clarity, and that's you can't serve from an empty vessel. I love that. You have to do that. So self-care is so important. Here's some things that I want you to think about from Dr. Claire Negocian. I hope I said that correctly. She said these things in 2014 that I just think it's really so important. Taking care of your mind and thoughts. Taking care of your physical health and body. Increasing your own well-being through self-care behaviors. Taking care of your spiritual health. And taking care of your emotions. One of the ones that stands out in all of that is the increasing your own well-being through self-care behaviors. That's what organization is in time management. We're creating a behavior. And when you're organized and have good time management, means that you hopefully sleep better. You're able to get things accomplished. You're able to have some fun stuff happen in your life. I don't think it's all serious. Sometimes when you have good time management, you get things done earlier on time. You have more time for your family, for the kids, for yourself, for your girlfriends, for your men friends. You can actually go out and have fun, because and you can go out and have fun and not even be worried, because things are done. It's because you're like, okay, I could actually be okay. I don't have to worry about that. I think it's such a wonderful thing for that. So I'm all about self-care. Self-care, self-care. You're going to hear me say that probably so much, you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm so tired of hearing that. It's so crazy. So now let's see, another a good tip to get started. So I think it's just we're going to get this, continue this, starting the organized life. It's something that I think is very happy. Is grab a notebook or a piece of paper. They have cute journals and notebooks everywhere. Like notepads, everything. It's from inexpensive to expensive. I say to start an organized life, write down how you see your life, how you'd like to see it. No matter how far-fetched, doesn't matter how. I believe in writing stuff down. I know people don't write anymore. I've been writing down stuff. I want you to write down. I know there's vision boards and stuff like that. Those are great too. But again, we're starting small. So we're trying, before we do a vision board and all that, write down some things you'd like to see happen. Don't worry about what it is or how big or small it is, or don't even worry about getting it done. You want to just get it out in the universe that you're thinking of these things that you would like to have happen. And if it's a cluttered house, you want to have dinner in the kitchen, in the dining room again, because right now you can't. then you write that down. I would like to be able to have dinner in my dining room. That's it. Just write that sentence down. If you want to go on further, some people keep journals, organizing journals and goal journals and things like that. So if you want to do that, you can do that. And go into more detail about what it is you're feeling. I write in a journal every day, so it helps me. I mean, it's to the point where I have to write. I just feel like I have to write. But I feel like writing it down, seeing it, you can write it in a list form, you can write it, I mean, however you want to write it. I just think it's such a great thing to do. And just gets you, it just keeps you kind of focused on what it is that you would like to have happen and what's going on in your life. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about is being messy. So you're messy. Take the shame out. We're taking the shame out. You're starting an organized life. We know it's going to take time. Some people quicker than others, some people longer than others. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. And if you need help, get a professional organizer, get a life coach. There's nothing wrong with getting help. I know some people think, well, if I get help, I should be doing it myself, and it's kind of weird, and why am I? Like, no, don't worry about it. You need to get help. Get help. So do it. And just take the stigma away. We're getting rid of the shame, getting rid of the blame. You're committed to yourself. So that's all that matters. So I'll make sure, I want to say that. That's my public service announcement. Here's a couple of things you could do too. Of course, you listen to this podcast, and you should, if you have that notebook, get a notebook, listen to this podcast, write down all the things I asked you to do. That's something you should do too. That's my challenge for you this year. Write down what I talked about in here, and you can write down, take little notes, and see if you can accomplish. If they pertain to you, I say go ahead and start accomplishing them. One is multi-purpose clothing. I always say closets are another place that are cluttered, and you'll make some more room. Sometimes reversible belts, jackets, sweatshirts, they really work in terms of clearing the clutter of stuff. I have a couple of belts that are black on one side, brown on the other. So now I have one belt that goes with like 7 pairs of pants. Instead of having 2 belts and this one over here, it all works out. So that kind of happens. Sometimes shoes with several colors in them. I have some that are black with brown accents. So I can wear the shoes with more outfits too. And of course the belts for more clothes. But the shoes, it really helps too. You can have less shoes. I've said before on the show, a shoe fetish myself. I have downsized a lot of shoes. And I've cut down in so many ways in buying shoes. I love shoes. I like the way shoes look. So many different kinds out there. It's crazy. All right. Also, buying pants in colors and styles you can wear with multiple tops. That to me is something that's good. Jeans, of course, are always universal. Blue jeans, like that. That's you can wear with anything. And with jeans, a lot of times you're getting dressed up, dressed down. Especially with women too. It depends on what accessories you put on, what shoes you wear, what top you wear. You can really change things. You can have like 10 pairs of pants for 20 tops. You'll need a pair of pants for every shirt. The colors like blue, black, brown, those are always great colors to match with. It's like you don't need a million things to have. So it's like, yeah. Also, donate something to a thrift store. You have something that's outdated, or you're not really using it at all. We haven't worn it like 2 or 3 years, or things that just really are just taking up space. Go to a thrift store and donate them. You can research which ones you want to go to and which ones. There's Council Thrift Stores. There's a chain. Out of the Closet. There's a chain. Savers. There's a bunch of places you can go to. Of course, obviously the staples of Salvation Army and Goodwill, but you can really look in the background of each one and see which one suits your needs, or donate them to a church. Some clothes, I donated 3 bags of clothes to a church. They had a project where they were helping people back in the workforce. I did a couple actually seminars with this church where I helped women who are now have adult children, or their husbands, they're not married anymore after 20, 30 years, and they're going back into the workforce. They didn't work and now they want to go back. And so we talked about that. And some of them are really poor and don't have the clothes. So we had pantsuits and things, and we and skirts and stuff. So we donated that, and that was really nice. I say you should do that. Pass along a book you've read or probably won't read again. I know there are actually more readers out there than we like to give credit. Books are really doing well again, and sometimes there are books that I think are really good. If you know your friends or family or somebody, they may want to read it. So I say pass it on and tell them, I don't want it back. You can pass it on to somebody else. I love when books get passed on from people to people to people, and different hands touch them and read them, and everybody has different reactions. I love that. So pass the book around. Just do that. Clear out all things behind doors. I want all your doors to open all the way, if they can. Stop putting stuff behind the door. Just stop doing that. This is gonna be another thing this year. I'm gonna try to talk about 20 times. Stuff behind doors bugs the crap out of me. So no more stuff behind doors. We're just gonna stop that. We're gonna stop that. And I'm gonna kind of end this program with believe that you can be organized. Believe it. Start to believe it. It's work, yes, but it's not impossible work. It's not tiring work. You can do it. You seriously can do it. I want you to start. I just want you to start. I had a friend today online tell me he felt like James Lott Jr. and he started organizing his closets, and I'm so happy that I'm associated with that, of course, but that he's doing. I'm happy for him that he's doing it. He showed after it. He was so happy and he felt better. And that to me is the biggest compliment. That if he feels better about himself from organizing, then I'm good to go. I'm good. This is great stuff. I'm done. So I love that, and I want you to have the best life also. So do this. Start the organized life. Let's do this. 2017 is going to be a good big year. I'm going to continue to give you more tips and have great guests on here from all walks of life. And we're going to talk about this whole whatever it is that you want. Because some of you want to be organized in your professional life, personal life, relationship. We're going to work it all out. You can find this show, of course, on adrenalinradio.com, of course, and you can follow these on Spreaker.com, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and we find them all there. It is the Super Organizer Show with James Lott Jr., and you can find it there. You can find our webpage, our Facebook page, the Super Organizer Show. We're on Twitter at the SOS_show. And occasionally on Facebook and Twitter and stuff, I do post things that are extras. But I do post articles. The blog is posted there at superorganizeruniverse.com. Visit that also. But there are posts. I do some extras sometimes that are specifically to the Facebook page. I do videos sometimes, or just like recordings. Go there and listen and see what's going on, because there might be some more stuff that you could use and talk about. I also want to lead you to my other podcast radio show here on adrenaline.com called Community Connections. We are on iTunes, and we are on, so go ahead and subscribe, like, comment. And we're on Facebook at Community Connections, and we're on Spreaker.com, and there's some episodes on SoundCloud, all on my pages, JLJ Media, James Lott Jr. I'm James Lott Jr. everywhere in the world. If you need a life coach professional organizer, let me know. I can send you one. I can get you in contact with one in your neighborhood. I'm part of NAPO, the National Association of Professional Organizers. There are organizers out there who are willing to work and willing to help. And so I can help you with that if you need that in that direction. I'm no longer personally organizing clients anymore, so that service is done, but I can lead you to somebody in LA too. I have people in LA, I have people everywhere. We're everywhere. This is our calling. We love it. Thanks again for listening to this program live from Sacramento, California. I'm so happy I could do this for you guys and get this out to you guys. Share this podcast, tell everybody what's going on, who thinks they might need this. And I will talk to you next time. Take care.